Hello everyone, my name is Anastasia and I'm really glad to welcome you all on the practical session where we are going to apply advanced sugar configuration technique to overcome business challenges. But firstly, let me say a couple of words about us. We are working with sugar CRM projects more than 8 years and complete more than 150 CRM projects. Based on this experience, we find out the way how to apply configuration instead of custom development. And that is how Logic Builder configuration tool for Sugar was created. We are using Logic Builder internally to complete CRM projects, and today I'll share my experience with you. If you're interested in what tasks we already solved and show, you may visit our site to take a look at the previous webcasts related to variety business challenges addressed by Logic Builder and other our products as well. Well, today we are going to talk a little bit about data quality. Needless to say that quality data is the main part of any CRM system. But how can we ensure this data quality? Well, it's a big question discussed too. And one of the answers is a data validation, because we can ensure that proper data will be entered in system. I mean that even before it will be saved, some rules can be applied to enter data and check whether it is complete, valid, and other. So today we are going to see two very simple rules, how we can create them and implement into Sugar. And the first one example will be about data completeness. What we want that when manager moving opportunity to perception analysis stage, we want to be sure that there are some opportunity contacts entered to this particular opportunity. And that rule number one that we are going to implement right now. So for this, I'm going to my browser and I have a Sugar. It's a vanilla Sugar, the latest version. Here on the screen you may see out-of-the-box opportunity with out-of-the-box sales stage, and also we have relation to contacts module, which for now we have no contacts for this opportunity. And also we have a rule that we want to implement. So I'm going to site logicbuilder.integrascrm.com. It is a SaaS tool where I'm going to implement this validation rule. So I'm signed in on this form, or if you do not have account yet, you can quickly sign up here. So I'm signed in. And now I need to select one of projects or create a new one. I'm just load the previous one, and that's it. I'm in the Logic Builder and I can create my validation rule. So what we need to do first is to import metadata from Sugar instance into Logic Builder. For this, I go to the project section and in update project metadata, I choose option import metadata via URL. Here I need to provide URL to Sugar instance. I just copy paste it, return. And here in login and password, I provide login and password from Sugar user, preferably admin access. Why I need to import this metadata? Because here in Logic Builder we are going to work with modules, fields in Sugar. So actually that it is the whole process. Just get to know what modules out of the box one and custom one, what fields there are in system to work with them here in Logic Builder. So first step complete, and now we can start to build our rule. So when we need to build something in Logic Builder, actually we are going to build a visual presentation of our logic. This visual presentation is consist of some kind of bricks which are called actually operators, and they are located in toolbox section. Here located all different operators with which we are going to work. So if you already use Logic Builder or you were on our previous webcast, There are several start elements, start points for logic. So previously we discussed how we can to call to our custom logic when something is changed in record or when relationship is changed between two records, for example, when contact added or removed from account. But today we're talking only about validation rules. So when we need to build a validation, we use start element, start operator, which is called on validation. I use search to find a needed operator. So here it is on validation. I click on it and input on the canvas. Now I zoom a little bit. So here we need to define just one thing. It is a module select from the list of modules for which we are going to implement our validation. Firstly, it is opportunities. So because we want to check opportunity cell stage. Then we have on the right side some output ports with which we are going to work when building our logic. First of all, what we need to do? We need to be sure that opportunity is moving to the stage perception analysis. So for this, we need to get value from field cell stage, compare it with some kind of constant value perception analysis, and if this condition is true, we proceed to checking whether there are any contacts. So when we are talking about any conditions, we are using operator called branch. I input it into canvas. The branch can divide your flow, your logic into two paths, true or false, but as a result based on condition that we input here in this condition input port. So let's build this condition. As I mentioned, we need to get value from the field sales stage. When we want to get value in the field from some records, we are using operator get entity attributes and put it into canvas. Let me move it a little bit. So for now we have no fields here because firstly here in input port we need specify entity which fields we are looking for. It is our opportunity, so here I have opportunity entity and I link it here. And for now I have all fields from opportunity. And we are looking from sales stage field. And now I need to compare value in this field sales stage with some constant value, which is perception analysis. So when I need to compare something, there are several operators for conditions like equal, not equal, greater, and some kind of this. And I'm looking for equal. So my A part is value in the sales stage field, and my B part will be particular value. And for define this particular value, I can use string constant and just input manually from the keyboard value here. But let me remove this. I know that sales stage it is a drop down. So there is a special operator drop down value where I can choose from all drop downs from my instance. I'm looking for sales stage and pick up a value. So perception analysis. And this is my part B from comparison. So by this very simple steps, we compare value in sales stage in opportunity with value perception analysis. And I input this condition into branch. Also, between operators, operators must be connected between each other, linked between each other with control flow link. We can do this by linking operators through these white triangular ports. And this white link is called control flow. It defines the order of operators execution. So when operator has this white triangle port, it must be connected with previous operator, for example, like here in branch, or the next one, like for example here on validation operator. So we build our condition, and now we can proceed to checking whether there are opportunity contacts related to this opportunity. When we want to check any related records for target record, so for our target record for now it is opportunity, we can use operator named retrieve related entities. So it does what it sounds. So I mean, like, it retrieve all related entities to the entities that we are going to specify here. I'm looking for related entities to opportunity. So I pick up opportunity and input it here. And now in link name, I have all relationships with my opportunity, and I'm looking for relationship contacts. So I pick up it here in this list. Let me zoom a little bit. That is it for this operator, and we need to link it with previous steps, and our previous step was checking condition. So when cell stage is perception analysis, we are moving forward. So we need to go when the result is true. And then we have one more condition, because we need to check whether there are at least one contact related to the opportunity. As output port, here we have a port called entities number. So here we have the total number of records that were found by this relationship. So for example, when opportunity have, for example, 5 contacts, here we have the number 5. So let's check the value in this port with some constant number. So I put number. Let's compare it with 0 number. So when entities number is greater than, so contacts greater than 0, it means okay, manager can proceed to save the record, or some other validation rules may proceed to work. But if it will be less, actually 0, then we need to prevent saving this record, and most important, notify manager what go wrong. So let's return a bit. We built a condition that when entities number is more than 0, and again, as it is a condition, we need to put branch operator here onto canvas, put the condition, also link operator with previous one. So when it is true, entities number more than 0, we are not going to do anything. But it is false. When it is false, we need to show message to our user. So there is a second operator called validation add validation violation. So we input it here, connect link with previous operator, so when false. And here we need to specify first of all the entity where we want to apply our validation. Let's for this zoom out for me a little bit, return at the very beginning, because I need to pick up my opportunity record. Here it is. I pick up it here, opportunity, and move here in entity. In target field, I need to define where I want to show a message. So will be a sales stage field. And in error text, we are going to input a message that will be shown to users. So it's quite important part, because we need to define a clear message so user can understand what happened wrong, and also user need to understand what it's needed to be done to successfully complete action. So for example, let's input something like this: to move opportunity to perception analysis, please specify opportunity contacts. So this is the message that user will see in case if he or she is going to move opportunity to perception analysis and there are no any opportunity contacts. Let's close this menu for a little bit, zoom out. Actually, that is all regarding description of our validation rule. It is its visual presentation, and as I mentioned in the beginning, we are using operators which perform some actions, and combining these operators in special order by this control flow link, we finally build our very first rule that we are going to deploy into Sugar. But how we can do this? For this, we are going to firstly flowchart section. And before we are deploying this, we should save this flowchart. Flowchart, it is this visual presentation for further usage. So let's firstly give a clear name. For example, opportunity sales stage validation, and save it. Then, in order to deploy this logic into Sugar, I go to generate Sugar package and just click on generate. And now a zip package downloaded in my computer, and I return to Sugar, go to admin section, go to module loader, and upload this package. Upload this package like any other Sugar package with customization. Install and commit. So now it's deploying, and while it's deploying, let me return to Logic Builder and say you why we save this flowchart. So when we want to make some changes to this flowchart, for example, we want to output some other message, or we want to extend this validation. For example, we want to evaluate some other sales stage for opportunity. We are going to return to Logic Builder, load this flowchart, and for this, in Load Flowchart section, there are all flowcharts, all validation rules and other logics are here. And I find by name here my flowchart that I want to change, click on it, load, and then I can perform some changes. And that's it. To deploy into Sugar changes for existing one deployed logic, I will have to return to module loader, find the package that was deployed here. The name, by the way, the name of the flowchart is displayed here in description. So that is how I could find it. So when I need to perform some changes, I'm just uninstall it and deploy a new one version. So for now, looks like our flowchart is deployed. And let's see how it works. So we go to opportunities model, and also after deploying validation rules, it is nice to clean browser cache or just refresh a page not from the cache, so we could see changes bringed by this custom logic. So let's open this opportunity. We have ID decision makers cell stage here, so let's move it to perception analysis and save. And as we can see, I can't do this. And why I can't do this, I can see in the message. So to move on this stage, I need to specify opportunity contacts. Also, I have some mistypes here. Okay. So let's go to contacts and do what system asks us. I link existing record, for example, let it be Emily. Add Emily to this opportunity, and let's define her role like primary decision maker. And let's try to save record now. And as you may see, record is successfully saved because now validation rules are passed, and means that this data is okay. So using this example, it may be extended on other areas. For example, for service area, we can check whether all activities under case, like calls, tasks, are closed before closing case itself. Or even more, we can build in Sugar BPM process to uh, roads leads and work with leads, nurture leads. And through Logic Builder, we can apply validation rules to be sure that lead is moving properly through all steps of our process. So let's move ahead. What else we could check? We already checked data completeness, means that we check some other records that are now currently on this, for example, opportunity. But could we check that that actually, like, can we apply rules for the fields that are already in this record on this screen? Yes, the answer is yes. So let me proceed to the second example. For this, I open the next slide. It's also very simple rule that we want that all USA phone numbers should start with +1 code. And let's apply this into leads module. So that's it. Again, we go to browser, return to Logic Builder, and now I click on New Flowchart because I need to build a new logic, and go again to the Toolbox section. And as we need to build a validation rule, I'm going to use operator, start operator on validation. And as module, we are going to use leads for now, because we are going to check office phone field for leads module. The same as in previous example, we need to perform some checking here. First of all, we need to be sure that country is USA and also that office phone is filled at all. So again, we need to build condition. So I put operator branch on the canvas. And then I need again get some values from fields from lead, and for this I'm using operator get entity attributes. I specify the entity which is lead, and now I start to build my conditions. First of all, we want to check primary address country. So we want to check that whether country is equal to USA. So for now, I compare with some constant value again, but now I use string constant to input value just here from my cable. So we compare that primary address country is USA, and we need a second condition. So we want to check that office phone is filled at all. For this, I select a second one field, which is office phone, and I need to verify that from conditions I select A doesn't equal B. So I need to verify that office phone, let me move this a little bit, is not equal to just, for example, empty string. So I again use constant string, but I'm not gonna to choose any values here, type anything here, I just leave it empty. We have two conditions and we must to combine it together. As I say in words, primary address country is USA and office phone isn't empty. So I need to input operator and to combine these two conditions together. And that is all my condition. I input it here in branch, and also link operators between each other to define the order of operators execution. So when country is USA and phone is filled, so when it is true here, we want to check value in the office phone field. We want to be sure that it starts from +1 value. How we can check some values, some patterns in our phone? In Logic Builder, there are operators to do this action actually. So it called check if strings match pattern. I put it in here. So what's the aim of this operator is that we inputted two values. First of all, it's a string. Actually, for example, now it will be our office phone. And the second input, it is pattern. So what we are looking for. So let's do this. In string, we are going to input our office phone. So I return where I have my office phone. Here it is, value in office phone in lead. Put it here in string. And this pattern, I need to define this pattern. So I can look for operators by using word pattern. There are several possibilities, and now I'm going to use trivial template match pattern. Means I'm going to just input a value here in this template field. It's very similar to searching in Sugar. When you perform search, you specify some value, for example, +1, and also you are using wildcards, and we are going to use wildcards here as well. But for now, we are going to use wildcard asterisk. Means that after +1, there must be several symbols, characters, or for now is, for example, digits. To get know what other wildcards may be, you can click on this information icon, and here there is a small hint what this particular operator, what it can do, also what must be defined as input and what you can expect as output. So we define our pattern and let's input it here. And again, it is a condition. We will have result true or false. So if office phone will start from +1, we will have true here and false for other case. And we need to bring branch operator again because it is a condition. So result we input here in condition. Also we link this branch with previous one. So from true branch we go here. And also when office phone starts with +1, it's okay. We do not do anything for now. But if it's false, again, we are going to show message for our user and highlight the field. And to do this, again, I'm using operator add validation violation and link it with false path. So when office phone isn't start from +1, I need to specify firstly entity here where I want to show validation, where I want to apply validation. It is lead, so I return to the very beginning, pick up my lead and input it here. In target field, again, I'm defining where I want to show this validation. It's office phone field. And again, in the raw text, we are going to input here the message that we are going to show for our user. So let's choose something like USA numbers start from +1. Please add this code to the phone or double check country, because it is not necessary that something wrong with office phone. It also may be something wrong with country. For example, user could accidentally specify some other country, for example, I don't know, some other country, and for, this is a way how we can give a hint to him or her. So again, that's it. It's a very simple rule that we already did actually. And again, we go to flowchart section and save it. Again, I highly recommend to add a very clear name so you would be able to find out this flowchart from all others. For example, lead office phone validation, and save it. And again, we click on generate, return to Sugar, go to admin section, and through module loader, I upload this package like any other package, and install and commit. And again, while this package is deploying, let's go to the logic builder and take a look at this logic that we just built. So first of all, if you are wondering whether we could this condition when we check whether the phone contains +1 combined here, like add one more and move this block here, yes, we can. So it's up to you how you build your logic. And also this example could be easily extended with some other validation. For example, validation of email address means like when email address is defined, we could send this email address to external verification tool, for example, neverbounce.com or any other. Means we can perform an external API call to, in this example, check email address, get result from this external tool, and return it into Sugar into user. Means when someone input email address, a user would know immediately whether this email address is okay or not okay, like invalid or it some other rules that applied by external email verification tools. But for now, let's focus only on phone and let's return. Okay, it's already deployed. So let's return to module loader. Let's wait until this loading is disappeared, means that package deployed fully. And let's sort out. So here we have two packages that we already just have built. So let's go to leads and check how it works. Again, after deploying validation rules, it is preferable to clean browser cache or refresh page not from the cache. For example, in Chrome, it is Ctrl-Shift-R combination. Let's open some lead. So here we have USA and Office Phone +1. Let's click edit and let's click save. So we saved okay, success, because all our rules are passed. So country USA and Office Phone +1. But if we, for example, remove this +1 and save, we see that our validation rules weren't passed because, and we see why, and also the most important that we can see what we need to do to complete our activity or our actions. So I need whether or edit Office Phone or check country. So actually, regarding my live show, that it. Let me return to my presentation and say that with these powerful configuration tools like Studio and Module Builder to build new modules, add new fields, with Sugar BPM where you can add processes, and with Logic Builder where you can, for example, add validations, you are able to build any complexity solutions. And I really hope that what you see today brings you an idea how you can address the business challenge you face. And also please note that we offer a 30-day trial of Logic Builder. So if you are interested, you are welcome to try it by yourself. Navigate to logicbuilder.integrascrm.com and sign up and see it in the action. If you will have any questions, you are welcome to contact me or our other address with your questions. And also I see in chat that there is a question, is it live or recorded? Well, this is live. And also this webinar is recorded, so every attendee will have a recording after it will be finished. So as no questions for now, again, I remind you, do not hesitate to contact us in any convenient way. And have a good day. Thank you very much for watching. Hope to see you soon. Bye bye.